I'm Matt Blackford, and I recently interviewed my grandfather about his service in the military.
I served in the United States Navy from January 1952 through December 55, and then I was out of the military for 4 years, went back in the Coast Guard. I completed my basic training for the Navy in San Diego, California in January, February, and March of 52. Went to California and caught a ship to Japan and was put aboard the USS Whiteside. USS Whiteside was a cargo ship that hauled supplies from Oakland, California to Japan to offload to other fighting ships. When I went aboard the ship, the boatswain mate asked, Chief boatswain mate asked if there was anybody that knew how to type. I raised my hand, said I could type. He says, "You're a storekeeper. You'll be in supply division." When I exited the U.S. Navy in December 55, I was a petty officer 3rd class. And when I left the Coast Guard, I was a chief petty officer.
Ralph told me about the interesting places he visited while in the Navy.
When in Japan, I visited Yokohama and Kubota and Hawaii, and that was about it in the Navy. I had the South Pole in the Coast Guard, and that's another enlistment I had.
Ralph had some good times in the military, namely when his brother Gary boarded his ship and took it over during war games.
My brother was on another ship at Oakland, California when we were tied up there at the same time, and they played little war games between ships, and my brother hadn't seen me for a couple of years, and I knew he was on that ship, and he come over one night while I had the quarterdeck watch, and I stand the quarterdeck watch, guys going off, coming back, and I check their IDs and what have you, and he come aboard the ship there, and man, I was really tickled to see him, and he come up there and give me a big hug, and then the next thing you know, he stuck a .45 caliber revolver or pistol in my belly and said, "I'm taking over your ship." And there wasn't much I could do. He said, "Take me to your officer of the day," and he did, and that didn't make me look too good in my commanding officer's eyes. So he would never let me forget that when he took over the ship for me. But his CO was pretty happy with him for taking over his brother's ship.
Ralph also talked to me about his service in the U.S. Coast Guard.
I got out of the Navy in December 55 and got home for Christmas Day on December 55. Gary's ship was in when I got released from Treasure Island, and I come home and got home for Christmas. I went to school in Fort Wayne, International Women's College. I was spinning my wheels, no jobs that I liked, so I joined the Coast Guard and spent the next 16, 17 years in the Coast Guard and retired in 1976. But I was on an icebreaker, one of my main duties, and we went to the Antarctica, and I was down there about 900 miles from the South Pole. Never got to go there, but after leaving the McMurdo Station, which is down as far south as we could go, we visited New Zealand and Australia, and then on the way back to Seattle, there was a cargo ship that was sinking, and we rescued all the crew off of it and took them to Hawaii, and then on our way back to Seattle, our home port for the icebreaker, which was a U.S. Coast Guard cutter, Northwind.
In the Coast Guard, Ralph traveled many places, including the South Pole on an icebreaker.
Seattle, Washington, headed to the Antarctica, and we left here on Halloween Day in 1972, and we got to the McMurdo Station after Christmas, and reason we icebreaker, we broke ice so supply ships could bring in supplies to the naval station in the Antarctica, and that's the reason we break our ice, and we only broke ice about 3 miles a day. The icebreaker was designed, the bow was real thick to ride up on the ice, and then the weight of the ship broke it. And you back off and you go again. So it took quite a while to do that. And we was there about 3 months and left in March. And at that time I seen the sun come up and go right back down. It was 24 hours a day during the daylight then. And then we left there and went to New Zealand and Australia. And then on the way back, as I told you, we picked up survivors of a ship that was sinking.
Awesome.
Thank you to Ralph and all veterans who served or are currently serving.